After 25 years, the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has evolved from humble beginnings into a juggernaut of the TCG sphere. In this progression series, a trio of duelists will open one box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Product every episode, upgrading our collections as we go and crowning a winner in a best-of-1 round-robin bracket. Prizes will be awarded to the best, while the loser will add a card of their choosing to the limited list going forward. It'll take skills in deck building, card playing, and luck to stand on top in this series. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Tri. Hello everyone and thank you for watching. I go by Emblaze, but you can call me Jordan, and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Tri. This is a new progression series started out by me and two of my friends as we go through the eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! Up to the modern day. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been going for 25 years now at the time of recording this, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. Over these 25 years, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has gone through 8 different generations of the TCG, and with them they've brought along new cards, new strategies, new sets, and new archetypes to help make the game more vibrant. Some of you watching might already know what a progression series is, but for those of you who do not, a progression series involves multiple players opening up sets of Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Adding these cards to their collection where they will then build a deck and play off against each other to determine the best duelist of that set. They will then open the next set, repeating the process so on and so forth throughout Yu-Gi-Oh!'s chronological history till we reach the modern day. More famous iterations include the original by SEMO, as well as Progression Playoffs by MBT. For our series, what we are looking to do is have a format I have yet to find online. 3 players competing for the victory. Myself, my best friend Jaden, and his cousin Mason will be opening up a core box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster set every episode, as well as some auxiliary side sets depending on the era. We will then add those packs to our collection, compete in a duel series round-robin tournament where we each duel each other once, and at the end of it, whoever has the best record has won that week's episode. The person who wins then gets a shot at our winner's wheel, where they have 10 potential slots they can spin for an upgrade to their collection, or an advantage going forward. Second place will get 3 packs of tournament pack, or a pack of the most recent reprint set, depending on where we're at in the series. And finally, the loser will get to select 1 card from our card pool and add it to the limited list going forward, so only 1 copy can be played in any given deck. On this winner's wheel, we have such slots as the Wild Cards, Wild Cards Super, Ultra, and Secret, a card of that rarity or lower from the most recent set we've opened that you won the wheel on. Then we have Wildcard Starlight and Wildcard Promo. Starlight lets you get any card from the series of packs that we've opened up to that point of your choosing. Promo allows you to pick any card released to that point from other sets that we haven't opened, or other promos obviously, like video games and manga. We then have some copycats from the original progression series, or season 2 rather, the banned ticket, the unbanned ticket, the redoer ticket, and the snatch deal. The banned ticket allows you to select 1 card from the collection and put it on the banned list. No one can play it anymore. The unbanned ticket allows you to take 1 card from the banned list and bring it back. The snatch deal allows you to take 1 card from an opposing player's collection, copy it and put it in your own, and the redoer ticket is a format that we very much need in our series. Every player will start every individual era of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Duel Monsters, GX, 5Ds, and so on, with 3 redoer tickets. You can spend a redoer ticket after opening a booster box to then redo that entire box, throwing away your original pools and starting that pool from scratch. The only way to get more of these tickets is every era when they reset, as well as spinning it on the wheel where you can add an additional redoer to your collection. Finally, we have something unique on our wheel that's not just copying the original series. We have the Structure Starter ticket. What this ticket allows you to do is pick any starter or structure deck released up to that point in Yu-Gi-Oh!, and you get every new card released in that set to your collection, plus 3 additional wild cards of your choosing from that starter structure that fits the theme. This is mainly made for balancing purposes, so you can't pick power cards like Monster Reborn or Pot of Greed from decks where it wasn't necessarily the strategy of them, but just a card that got reprinted in the set. It makes it so when you pull those cards in the main series or spin the Wildcard Starlight, much more valuable. However, by having these deck tickets, it allows us to play strategies we wouldn't normally get the chance to. There's a lot of structure decks in the 5Ds through to Arc 5 era, and even today with Albaz, that you can't play unless you have the starter structure. So this makes that available to us. Additionally, we do have a pity system in play. If a player loses 3 weeks in a row, they not only get their regular limit they get for losing that week, but also they get a ban ticket, adding any card of their choosing to the ban list, and they will get an additional ban ticket every further week they keep coming third until they eventually break their losing streak. As it is a round-robin style tournament, there is potential for there to be a 3-way tie. If this does occur, the ruling we have in place is whoever beats last week's winner will become the new champion, last week's winner will take second place, and then whoever's just left over gets third. The point of this system is so that even in the case of a tiebreak, if you want to keep that wheel and keep winning, you have to go 2-0. You can't just do 1-1. Additionally, for an extra pity system, if the same player wins 3 games in a row, the other 2 players can get what's known as a movement ticket. A movement ticket allows you to pick 1 card in the game and move it by how many copies is allowed on deck. You can put a card from 3 to 2, put a card from 2 to 1, or you can put a card from 1 to ban. If a card is banned, however, you can't put it back to 1. Likewise, though, you can put a card from 1 to 2 or a card from 2 to 3. And that's the gist of our series. I hope you enjoy watching it, but there is a bit of housekeeping I have to attend to. You may notice that this sounds like an episode 1, but this is actually set 5 of DM. There's a reason for that. We didn't know if we were going to enjoy this full enough to make this an actual video series, but we had so much fun playing those first 3 or 4 episodes we decided we have to record this. As such, I've been streaming these episodes weekly over at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/mblaze53, where you can go every Tuesday and watch them before they're even edited. This does put us in a bit of a spot, however. It means we don't have any footage of the first 4 sets: Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raider, Spell Ruler, and Pharaoh Servant. These games weren't ultimately great overall, but it is an important part of the series we are missing. However, we do have all the deck list and we know who finished where and what, so here's the recap for you. For the first episode of Legend of Blue Eyes, I ended up taking the crown myself with a glorious 2-0. Jaden came in second with a 1-1, and Mason 0-2 in the end of the day. The decks were ultimately all some variety, as you can see, of beatdown, what I've seen in play in the Legend of Blue Eyes era. However, the highlight of which was me winning with Sparks. I'm not joking, I actually did. I tried recording it in the heat of the moment, saving the replay, it didn't work, it got corrupted, unfortunately. Off my winner's wheel, I ended up picking up a wildcard Starlight, which is probably the best board in the wheel, except in the first set, where it's just Wildcard Secret under another name. I did, however, take this chance to add a Raigeki to my collection, however, because it was the best power card I didn't have, and I didn't feel like getting Pot of Greed. Not gonna lie, they both had Pot of Greed at this point. I was just like, I'll bank on getting it later. At the end of this episode, Mason coming third means he gets the first limit of the series, and Mason wasn't really a fan of our 2K Defenders, especially Aquamador, which he didn't have any copies of himself. So he put it to 1. Yeah, Aquamador was the first limit of our Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series. We're off to a great start. For Metal Raiders, Mason made a comeback. He ended up finishing 2-0 overall. I went the 1-1, Jaden this time going 0-2. The wheel wasn't important, and I'm not just saying that because we didn't actually write down what we got, so unfortunately it's lost to time forever. With Jaden coming second, he looked at the cards he didn't have this time around, and he didn't get a Sangam, so that was the easy pick for him. Hurts me, I got 2 of them, but we make do. Then in Spell Ruler, Jaden got the win. Jaden this time went 1-1, and I went 1-1, and Mason went 1-1. We got a tiebreak here. Unfortunately, at this point of the series, because this was just for fun, we didn't have the tiebreaker rule I mentioned earlier. As such, we did rock, scissors, paper, and Jaden won. How about that? I came second though, and Mason came third. In Spell Ruler, off the tiebreak, it meant Mason was the one now getting the limit. Once again. Funny how that works. He ended up picking Fissure, a card for a lot of the reasons of the other ones he didn't have a copy of. Jaden and I had a few, so that's now at 1. And now the last set recorded, Pharaoh Servant. This one's probably a shame we didn't get the games from, because it's probably one of the best sets of the original era of Yu-Gi-Oh! But at the end of the day, it was Mason took the win, actually. This time around, Jaden came second, and I ended up finishing third. My first third place in the series. With my first third place in the series, I got the limit this time, and I picked Witch of the Black Forest. Mason ultimately used in our duels to search Jinzo twice off his 2 copies, proving how powerful it is. And with that, we're all caught up, so from now onwards, enjoy your regularly scheduled Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression try. Little disclaimer though, I kind of screwed up some of the footage a little. You're not going to see the life point counter for player A for the majority of the first 2 eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is being recorded way in the future with the way these were streamed. Just, if you pay attention, you can keep up to the life points. I do apologize for the inconvenience. At the end of the day, I really am sorry.